Hello everyone, I'm Eric and I'm a current senior student in HFI and I just get into New York University in my ED2 round and my major is going to be on sports management and I'll be attending my college on September this year. My topic back then at TEDx is about nationalism and patriotism, which is a very wider spread topic back then, because I chose this topic based on the social backgrounds back at 2020 because COVID still being widespread in China, and also when I browse on internet I can see we have different stages of combating COVID back time, but people are having different kind of reactions on different stages, and people are now having their independent thinking skills about what the policies have been back then about quarantine, blocking down the city, etc. So as a teenager back then, I would use my voice to amplify my influence and tell all the audience about how we can have our independent thinking skills and how, as a critical thinker or debater or speech presenter, how I could influence others as a perspective of a teenager of how we can respond to COVID or the policies in a more unique way, and how we're not being affected by the government's decisions and loving our country in a unique way. Well, besides me, I think another speaker called Ban Luo about his topic on hiking in the Gobi Desert with a couple of friends, and his teams really inspired me back then because I would think his speech really resonates to me about how his leadership skills and how his inner passion with having the passion of spreading Chinese culture within the journey itself, but not only by the journey, but also the larger social impact as well. So I think how his passion and how his having this kind of mission really resonates to me because as a teenager, I'm looking for my career goals back then, and I think that how his speech really encourages me to look for my own unique path, not only on speech itself, but also on my major. And I think that he's having a kind of a mission really resonates me to have my thoughts of finding my own unique happiness towards my future goals, and how I think this kind of mission really improves me to work harder on a daily basis, no matter it's on studying, but also on how to give larger social impact, and also doing community service as well. I think after TEDx, not only I basically improved my oral English and my critical thinking skills, but on a deeper perspective, I would say my role has changed from a teenager to a teenage social influencer, because I think with the TEDx speech, I really have my thoughts being connected to different social audiences and also to my friends and peers that really want to promote themselves into this kind of TED speech as well. Not only the speech has got thousands of views on YouTube, but also I'm able to utilize this kind of leadership skills to build my own debate club and also on the orator club about TEDx, and how I think my kind of spirit on promoting social values and how my leadership skills has really influenced me on how I change the community around me, and how people have been starting to chase with my goals as well, because I think they really feel deepened about how my experience really connects them, and we have our own career goals together, so we can have larger social impact with this kind of being connected around the TEDx global topic. The reason why I joined Harvard HMUN is because at the beginning I was doing a internship here at YST teaching students about HMUN knowledges, and throughout the progress I see how HMUN, the activity itself, brings me kind of joy and happiness because we're able to connect with different social global issues that may need to be discussed on. And at a coincidence, I recognize the platform of HMUN, Harvard HMUN United Nations, also is being recommended by the Secretary General of the UN headquarters. So being embraced by the platform of Harvard has provided us with going to the city of Boston and inside the Harvard campus, able to having a big conference with delegates of more than 50 countries and 5,000 members, I think is a really good chance for me to connect to different social groups, different cultural groups, and also spreading my unique Chinese cultural values to them, as it's a chance for us to get mixed, get blind together with different kind of ideas. So I think being able to have a larger social group with me and share our values together on discussion of major global topics is a very good experience for me to join in. So that's why I choose suddenly to participate in it, and I really enjoy the progress. I think what makes HMUN unique is, first of all, its in-depth of academic background knowledges, because when I read through the background guides, it's almost 60 pages covering 2 topics, where most of the MUN I attended back in China were just 10 to 15 pages. So they include a lot of about the case studies, using a lot of numerical data and also crisis involved with it. I think how they treat this thing very seriously with the knowledge brought by Harvard students really makes this kind of activity really unique. And second of all, it's about how the freedom inside outside the HMUN conferences. I think despite of the regular agendas like moderated caucus and unmods, I think there's also like those free discussions or like social gala night where we're able to all connect it together, like using a limited amount of time for like a 4-day conference. We're able to do debates, speeches, and also activities that involve not only in the MUN conference itself, but also making the world being connected and how we're able to make friends with it. So I think in these two aspects, it makes how H1 is being unique compared to all other conferences. I think attending H1 has really positively influenced my acceptance by university, as H1 is the largest and most well-known MUN conference in the world. I think participating in it also as a position of block leader and a sponsor of the draft resolution really elevates my academic in-depth, and also letting like the college admissions officer know that I'm really dedicated into the MUN field, and also I'm really connected to my majors and my interests off and off school. So I think this really elevates how I'm able to compete with different students around the globe, and also showcase my interests and my long-term investments in MUN debating, speech, etc. So I think on this overall experience, it really elevates my experience and also influence my acceptance. The reason why I joined YST as an internship because my in-depth friendship connection with founder of YST Juno, because me and him are friends for like 5 years, and throughout these couple years we have deep connection and cooperation not only on contests but also on TEDx speaking. And I think his passion on speaking and how his determination on teaching youth kids about TEDx and also about MUN really resonates with my personal experience. And I think his spirit and his goals on elevating public speaking also really connects to my passion back then. And also I think being here as an internship really makes me make more friends around the environment, also make me to improve my leadership skills, which I think is really beneficial to me in my future college application study as well. And by the way, he gives me really good salary, so I think it's a really minor reason about why I decided to join here, but also on a big social context, I think his academic in-depth, his passion, his guidance, his generosity to us, I think really connects me and really attracts me to join this company. I think the two main difficulties here being an internship at YST is, first of all, the students are not that kind of disciplined, because I think they're mostly primary school students or middle school students, which they're not that kind of being able to focus in a course of more than 2 hours. So I'm able to use my my generous or my humorous personality to attract them during the course, and also let them to having resonated with me about the passion of speaking really challenges me. And also because like the difficulties also expanded on how I'm able to design courses, because some of which the students are being they're very diversified, some of which are being really good at public speaking, and some of which are just beginners of MUN. So how the course can really fit both the interests of both groups of students, and how they're able to interact well together and also learn something, like especially about either being public speaking or the knowledge itself really challenges me. But also I think throughout the progress, Juno gave me a lot of support about how I'm able to just be myself, and how this kind of freedom of academics really built my confidence of having a course that's well designed and well suited for all types of students. And I think that the students really enjoy the courses that I designed, so I'm really proud of it as well. The most funny story I've experienced with Juno during the internship is the first time I've been here, and he just wanted to challenge me, so he actually gave me a job for me to be a host of the fall semester final presentation by all the speakers. So I need to know, like, there are all like 15 speakers in total, so I need to know all their names, their backgrounds, and what they're going to speak within 30 minutes, and also being to connect throughout the entire conference. So I'm able to first using English to introduce them, and also using Chinese to translate my thoughts into Chinese, so that the audience sitting back there who doesn't know English can well know what I'm trying to say. So I think this kind of interactive progress and how I'm able to challenge myself using bilingual to be a host really challenges me, but also really fun, because I think I enjoy being on stage and I enjoy my voice as being heard. So I really appreciate Juno for this kind of challenging opportunity, but really elevates our connection between friendship and also brings me happiness as well. I think my advice to all the students who want to join public speaking or MUN conferences, I think it's basically, first, is no matter what you're trying to express, I think your perspective is really unique, and what you're trying to convey is also what makes you unique. And I think that no matter there's audience beneath the stage, no matter it's one audience or like 10,000 other audiences, I think just be who you are and express your views confidently. I think it really makes you a good public speaker. And I would say just enjoy the progress, because every speech you've given or every annual conferences you have taken in really shapes who you are, no matter it influence your major or not, or influence your personality or your social groups. I think every journey makes you who you are, and when you take one step at a time, just enjoy yourself. Enjoy every time you're on the stage speaking to all the audiences. Feel the passion and feel your own greatness, and how people responded to your speech positively really improves your confidence and really improves your leadership skills. So I think this kind of activity really improves your inner and outer skills, and also improves your academic skills, maybe even in the future. So just enjoy it.